Okay, so full disclosure, I get a little bit cranky when anybody tells me to act my age because I'm a man-child. I love cars, that's obvious. I love the sound that the engines make when they're on full tilt. I love speed, I love power. But a man of advanced age might look like he's trying a little bit too hard if he shows up in a car that isn't age appropriate. Mazda has figured out a solution to that dilemma. The 2020 Mazda 6 Skyactiv G Turbo in Soul Crystal Red. You know, I've said this about Mazda before and I'll say it again. You mother. Now, it goes without saying that you could pull up in this thing to any event on the planet and not look bad. Just look at this thing. It's gorgeous. It speaks for itself like a sculpture. You could literally stand next to this thing and just absorb its beauty in absolute silence. But no, not Earl. See, Earl writes in his review, the lines just flow so magnificently throughout the body. Huh? And each curve reflects the light like a leaf flowing down the stream. This guy's writing erotica. Now, just like the Mazda 3, you have added beauty via subtraction. For instance, LED projectors and DRLs are powerful enough that you don't need fog lamps anymore because they would be redundant. Powerful too is the grille, and it's also in line with the rest of Mazda's lineup because it's now a mesh. This is currently the most powerful engine that Mazda is producing for its cars. It's a 2.5-liter turbocharged motor that produces 228 horses and 420 newton-meters of torque. That amount of torque is serious because it rivals even diesel-powered pickup trucks, and that's some serious stuff. Now, this tower of power is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which translates to about 5 kilometers per liter in hellish traffic of Metro Manila. Now, when that starts to clear up, you're looking at roughly about 13 kilometers per liter. Nothing spectacular until you take her out on the road and you figure out that this thing has legs longer than Miranda Kerr. 23 kilometers per liter on the highway. Nice! When you go up and down the bonnet and down the sides, you'll see the body lines that our resident erotica writer was talking about. It really is a gorgeous sheet of metal. It looks like it was shaped by the wind, doesn't it? You've got repeaters on the side mirrors, chrome accents around the windows, 19-inch wheels wrapped in 45 series tires, which all in all gives you 165 millimeters of ground clearance. Now, with all the snazziness up front, the rear is a little, well, sedate. It's not plain, it's basically safe, but it's still oh so good looking, right? Now, if you open her up, you're looking at 416 liters of space, which is quite a lot, really, it is. There isn't much vertical to it, so putting in taller stuff might be a problem, but it does have girth, which just basically goes to show that not everything great is tall. Now back here, the Mazda 6 is an absolute delight. You've got boatloads of space, definitely enough for two large executives. A third person might be a problem because the tunnel is kind of high. You've got air vents up front, bottle holds on either door. You also have two cup holders in the center armrest and two charging points right here, which are both 2.1 amperes. Not really the prettiest thing when you open it up, but hey, at least there is there. Now, with most mid-size sedans, normally there's a VIP touch to it. Don't get me wrong, there is one here. You've got metal strip in the center of the seats. Why it's there, I have no idea, but it does look pretty. But there isn't anything else, really. There's no reclining seat, or there isn't a privacy shade that goes up. The only thing that it does have, this Mazda 6, is that it has footlights. Why? I really have no idea, but yay, at least something. Mazda's philosophy, Jin by Tai, can really be felt once you sit inside the cockpit in a manner that only Mazda can deliver it. Now, I can talk about this until kingdom come, but for you to experience it, it's completely different. So go to AutoDeal.com.ph, check out the dealership that's closest to you so that you can put yourself in this position and see what I'm going on about. Now, to continue with the review, you've got a digital instrument cluster in the center, flanked by two analog gauges on the side. Buttons on your steering wheel here. You've got paddle shifters here. You've got a sunroof way up here. You've got an infotainment system that doubles as your reverse camera, which is still touchscreen, by the way. Your air controls are down here, and your commander knob for your touchscreen is way down here. Oh, and I must add, Mazda, it seems, is militant to a fault. For example, fog lamps. People will say you need them. Mazda will be like, no, that's too low tech. Our headlamps are good enough for everything. People will also say DVDs are outdated. Mazda will say, no, they're not, because we need them. Why? Folks, don't forget to like and subscribe our video channel because, like I said, we love making these videos just for you. Oh, good grief, aircon, please. Huh. Butt coolers. Nice. Uy, it's different. Ha. The Mazda 6 comes with 6 airbags, which include driver, passenger, side, and curtain airbags, ABS with EBD, dynamic stability control, driver, front passenger, and rear passenger seatbelt warning lamps, front and rear parking sensors, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning and lane keep assist, 360-degree rear view camera, child lock protection, and ISOFIX tether. Ditch your drivers or leave them at home because this thing is a blast to drive. 2.5 liters of absolute goodness slapped with a turbo. Man, this thing is a beast for its segment. An absolute beast. And these paddle shifters, yeah, that just makes driving this car is just so much fun. The handling of this car inside the city, it's like it's a short sedan. It's absolutely light, easy to get around. Also, thanks to the 360-degree camera. Now, when you're on the twisty roads and you want to get engaged with the car and engaged with the road itself, man, this thing is absolutely awesome. It's planted, it feels good. Every twist and turn, the steering tightens up a little bit, but not too tight. You know, it's just absolutely perfect. And plus, the G-vectoring control of this thing, it's like it's a mind reader. Like it knows exactly what to do in every turn and in every corner. Whether you should plant your foot on the gas or plant your foot on the brake, the body just stays so stable. It's almost undescribable. Almost. Until you floor it and then the only thing that comes out of your mouth is ah! I will say this though, paired with 19-inch wheels, the ride is a little bit sporty, I should say. And when I say sporty, it sounds like I'm saying it's a little stiff. Well, it can be just a little bit, but it's not uncouth or uncivilized. It's actually very good. It's just that, you know, inside a sedan, you don't expect it to bounce just as much. I will say this though, the NVH, however, is absolutely awesome in this car, even with the 19-inch wheels. However, the engine will creep up on you when you ring it with your right foot. And why wouldn't you? It's 2.5 liters of goodness. Oh! The 2020 Mazda 6 Skyactiv G Turbo, available at 2,250,000 Philippine pesos. A car that is absolutely perfect for a man-child like myself, where my mental age is nowhere near 12. But really, more realistically, it's for the executive that definitely wants to have a little bit more fun.